Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Angie, and today I'm going to just be going through all of the brushes that I use day to day on my face. This is like a favorite brushes video. I don't have as many brushes as like giant YouTubers who've tried out a ton, so this is what I have out of the brushes I have that I really enjoy. And before I get into this video, if you like this video, if you like me, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Give me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what your favorite brushes are, and let's just get into it. So I'm going to kind of go in the order that I apply things. So first we're going to start with foundation. So I either use like a Real Technique sponge, but for brushes, if I'm going to use a brush, I use a flat top kabuki brush. This one's from Sigma. This is the favorite one, my most favorite that I've tried. It is very dense, it's very flat. I like it a lot. It blends in really well. And this is this flat top kabuki F80 from Sigma. And moving on, so then I'll apply concealer. I never use a concealer brush. I think I've maybe used like an actual concealer brush to apply concealer like a few times, but I don't really do that. And to set my eyes, I use this brush from Morphe. It is the E3, and this is just a giant tulip brush. And I will just set the under eyes with this. Sometimes I set the other highlighted areas too with like a banana powder. For powder brushes, I use the Morphe M107. I just use this to set my entire face with. It's big and fluffy. It's good for setting the face with powder. I really like this a lot. So one thing I want to say about Morphe brushes is there's a lot of hits and misses with Morphe. These are my opinions on the brushes that I currently have. I do have some brushes from them that I do not like. Their best collection that I have found so far is the Elite collection, but even then I had a foundation brush that the ferrule just came off of the handle. That's the only brush I've had from Morphe that did that. A lot of them will shed, etc., but the Elite brushes in general tend to be the best line that I have found. But like this brush, for instance, I really like this brush. It's way cheaper than it would be like if you went to a department store or something for a powder brushes. Brushes of this size are very expensive, and it does shed, but it's held up for like quite like a few years now, so I think it was like worth the price that I paid for it. Or if you're like starting out and you're looking for inexpensive brushes, they do have inexpensive brushes, and some of their brushes are good. I've had some that like have held up like over all the time that I've had them, and some of them I've gotten and I haven't really liked. So it's hit or miss. Do your research. That's all I have to tell you about that. So we're gonna do all face brushes first. Okay, so for bronzer, this is one that I've recently found because Desi Perkins said she really liked it, and I need a new bronzer brush because I didn't have a good bronzer brush. And this is from the brand Japanesque, and I think this is called the Kumadori brush. And it's really good for bronzer. It's a little bit more tapered and thinner, which I like. So it kind of also does the job of contouring as well. Obviously not like an intense contour, but it's really good. It's really soft. It does shed. I haven't found a bronzer brush that I like that is more affordable that doesn't shed, but this one I like a lot. This one is fine. So if you're looking for a good bronzer brush, I would recommend getting Japanesque brush. You can find it at Ulta. On the subject bronzing, contouring. So this brush is an eyeshadow brush. It's the Royal Langnickel Eyeshadow BMD 466. But I use this to contour my nose because it's thin enough where it'll apply like a straight line, but it's also fluffy enough where it can blend it out too. So that's what I've been using this brush for. And for blush, I use the Morphe E4. This is a good brush, hasn't fallen apart on me. It's just an angular blush brush, fluffy, also good brush. And for highlighting, I got this brush at Gen Beauty, and it definitely replaced my Morphe brush that I used to use. And this is the Royal & Langnickel Highlight and Glow BMD 265. So Royal & Langnickel has really good brushes. I have washed them. They are inexpensive and they do not fall apart, which I love. So this one's really good. I haven't had any issues with Royal & Langnickel brushes, and this one's great for highlighting. It's fluffy. When you wash it, it retains its shape, and this is just a great brush. All right, so moving on to eyeshadow. So my favoriteest blending brushes are from Smith Cosmetics. So I have the 232 and 230. I want to get like the one that's like flatter, so I could like put it up in the crease and do like more of a cut crease with them. But so far this is what I have. They are pretty expensive and they ship from Canada, so here it's kind of expensive to get them, but I just love them so much, so when I can afford to buy more, I am going to I'm gonna buy so much more. So the 230 is just a big fluffy blending brush. So this one I'll use like for like transition shades, etc., like blending out crease shades, like blending out anything. This one is great for. And the 230s are more tapered, so these are good for getting up in the crease. Like, these are just really great blending brushes. They blend out so nicely, and I feel like all my shadows blend out amazing when I use these. These are the best blending brushes you will find. So give them a look if you are looking for some good blending brushes. They are pricey, so they are not affordable, but they are worth it. And some honorable mentions I wanted to mention for blending brushes that are not Smith ones, because obviously those ones are kind of pricey. So two from Morphe I have is the E28. So I kind of use this for the same thing as I use the 232. So this is just wide. It's like kind of more tapered at the top, so you can get it more precise, but it blends out really well too. I like this one a lot. And also from Morphe is the M433. So this one is like a flatter, so you can get it more up in the crease, make a more defined like line, better for cut creasing, etc. So, and this one hasn't fallen apart on me either. Another flatter blending brush is the Luxie 227, and this is intended for blending. So this one's also really good for getting up in the crease and creating a more like a blended out defined line, if that makes any sense. And for packing color on the lid, these are like the cheapest brushes. So I have, these are two e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes, and I don't know if these are still the same shape, but these are really flat shader brushes, and I use these to pack color on the lid. So I think this one was like $1, and this one's like the fancier version. I think it was like $3, and I heard they might have like changed the shape and made them like bigger, but I have these two, and these are really great for packing shades on the lid, and like that's what I use them for. These are super inexpensive, got them from Target, very cheap. Sometimes I like to use concealer brushes. In particular, I use this concealer brush F70 from Sigma, and that's all it is a really flat brush. It's supposed to be for concealer, but I use it to apply metallic shadows to my lid. That's what I use it for. You can make a brush whatever you want it to be. So sometimes I like to apply color on the lower lash line and really precisely. So this is also from Sigma, and this is the E15. It's the flat definer brush. This is really good on the lower lash line when I try to create like a cat eye kind of a look with shadow. It works really great for that. And I think a ton of brands have these, but this is just the one that I use. And then for pencil brush on the lower lash line, I use it a lot, or in the outer V of my eye, I use the Morphe M321. This one works really well, hasn't fallen apart on me, holds its shape, very precise. So this one's a good one. And for liner, I used to use the Sigma EO6, and I don't know if it's because it's getting old, but it's kind of more fluffy and doesn't create quite as a defined line as I would like. So lately I've been using this Luxie 215. So this has really stiff bristles, which I really like. It's really thin, and it has the angled shape, so it makes it easy to apply eyeliner. So this one has been my current favorite lately. I also got this from Gen Beauty. So that is it for my favorite brushes. I hope you enjoyed this, and I have like quite a variety of brands, so hopefully that kind of gives you some brands to look into for brushes. So if you like this video, if you like me, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. Leave me a comment down below telling me what your favorite brushes are so I can try out some new brushes, because I love makeup brushes. And with that, I will see you in my next video.